he's to be trusted.
You don't need me to tell you that.
The lizard's eyes are dark as polished coal, void of all light. A faint frost seems to cover the cracked and broken scales around his mouth.
You have a reputation for both malfeasance and chaos. Imagine my surprise when it took you so long to find your way here. I see the miasma surrounding our islet certainly did not hinder you. Well, here you stand, in the flesh, so to speak. And a finer collection of corpusculae I never have seen. I trust you are not opposed to a mutually beneficial accord between civil and gentle persons. Ah, a curious mind. A most glorious creation. I am here at the behest of my master to offer you a simple exchange. An offer of aid for the promise of aid. The epitome of civil reciprocity. You and he possess a common foe. The power behind the Voidwoken has made our lives hell, so to speak, since the Divine Order unleashed death fog against the Black Ring and those darling woodland creatures. And as the gods have shirked their duty, perhaps we could come to a mutually beneficial arrangement pertaining to both of our objectives. Indeed, I can offer you the source channel that you seek forthwith, as a gesture of good faith. Indeed, the creatures that strut about this realm so often are plagued with qualms. Very well. I can see them straining against your lips. Unleash them, Godwoken. Ask your questions. Because it is expeditious to do so. My master would have this isle cleared as quickly as possible.
The lizard looks about to make sure no one else can hear, leans in and whispers conspiratorially.
And, if you are to become the new Divine, I would much rather be an ally than a foe. After all, the power you wield will be as a great sword to my master's butter knife. There are legions that would follow you, myself included. Your power would be unfathomable. Assuming, of course, you take it for your own. A most excellent decision. Alas, I fear in my excitement I overspoke and potentially promised more than my meager means are able to provide. Your ability to channel Source has sadly already passed the limits of my means, although let it not be said that I ever shirked my duty. If I cannot gift you one boon, I shall gift you another. It would be such a shame to see this Source be simply left languishing in its current vessel after all. There is neither enigmatic lore nor magical jewel required to open the channels of Source. It is enough to seize it with sufficient force of will, to know that all creatures are nothing but Source and vain hope.
You feel the pull of a far-off connection. You feel the dungeon, the red organic tendrils binding you. Your ears are filled with screams, and you're surprised to find they are your own. Cold pain shoots through your veins, sharp and quick, but cleansing. You can feel your body opening up, filling with the promise of power as your ability to channel Source swells.
Oh, what delectation. Why waste such power on flesh when it can be trapped in the pages of a tome? But please, do not dally too long wrapped in this novel euphoria. You have a task to complete after all. My master has been troubled by the presence of the Void as it creeps ever forward, encroaching on areas in which he himself once ruled supreme. None more so than this island. There is a tree at this island's core which has special significance to my master. Think of it as hallowed, sacrosanct ground. But the Black Ring maggots writhe all about its trunk. And you will exterminate these termites. It is simplicity itself, in truth. My master's identity is of no practical consequence in this matter. You need concern yourself with nothing barring the truth that my master always honors his vows. Your smoldering, half-demon pet can attest to that. She is the one that comes to me, helm in hand, in a sad attempt to beg and snivel her way out of previous and quite binding contracts. Alas, I am not at liberty to say more. My master values privacy above all else. He would not take it kindly if he discovered I had been indiscreet. Why, the only thing you truly desire, or certainly the only thing you truly need, I will reveal unto you the location of the Council of Seven. My master has dealt with many of your ilk. Small-minded creatures with a hunger for power, out to save themselves or loved ones or the world, some fantasy or another. But all are willing to strike a covenant if it means their success. One was even willing to give up the location of this council to earn my master's boon. How felicitous that you merely have to spill a little blood to earn the same. One may ask, one may inquire, but one should be eternally wary of what one demands. And one should heed that twicefold for information like this. There is power in names, power far, far in excess of your mortal limits, huh? Perhaps you utter some truth. Surely his ear could not be eternally cocked. Very well. The master of the Voidwoken is a creature older than any demon. My master will never speak his true name, but the Black Ring know him as the God King of... To arms! His savage minions of power!
To none. Ready.
at least the vital component. You have returned, but not with the specter of death. What would you know before you return to your bloody business?
The words the Advocate uttered echo in your mind. Could it be true that the death fog ushered in the rise of the Voidwoken and whatever gruesome power controls them? Every day, you learn more about the devastating consequences of the death fog. The death fog detonated by the divine order you served. You feel fire blaze in your heart and a storm surge in your mind. Anger races through your body, setting every nerve aflame. Your hands tingle, and your heart thumps an ugly beat. As you draw in deeper and deeper breaths, you feel your tension dissipating. The anger slinks away like a whipped cur. It...
Stress makes it easier. Would you like me to help you?
No! No. It's quite all right. Thank
Stress makes it easier. Would you like me to help you?
No! No. It's quite all right. Thank you.
You have returned, but not with the specter of death. What would you know before you return to your bloody business?
The statue is a striking sight, a sizzling blue. Even stranger, a shard of polished iron peeks from under the statue's base. There's something hidden beneath this massive sculpture. Even a triple-sized troll couldn't make the statue bud.
Would you like me to help you?
No! No. It is quite all right. Thank you.
The blazing blue even a...
I know you for what you are. A mere mouthpiece of deception. It is of no use. The advocate knows the tree belongs to the ring. Oh, I can measure the vile depths of your prevarications by the very pulse of this bleeding fire. You lie. You lie. You lie. Steady as the heart, you lie. Bah! Blood among blood you will be, for I will bend you. Stand back! I know you for what you are. Oh, I can make you lie. You lie. You lie. Steady as the heart, you... It is a strong pulse. That's very well. The blood does not lie. Stand back. Not a foot on these stairs. Through fog we ride. Through blood we wade in search of a name. A demon plots, but with his name we will bind him. This sore of bloody branches knows, but will not speak, just yet. No matter. He is the serpent that speaks with 1,000 tongues, except his own. Heed my second warning. Shun the advocate, whose very...
We will flay your every last strip of bark until you bow down.
Odd old thing, isn't it?
The Great Forge is black.
Nice, I guess. Wonder what makes it useful. I've spotted something. Volumes upon volumes. A trove of history and knowledge.
This?
The transparent artifact glimmers of its own accord, as if conducting light from another world, another plane of living. As you listen closely, but while you think you've heard similar utterances in the past, you cannot make sense of its words. The object repeats its indecipherable twaddle. You can glean no more from it. It's a crystal blade, seemingly separated from its hilt. It's clearly of a kind with the object you recover.
Feel my source powers draining at the merest touch of that Fuligen metal.
Another pyramid. How very useful. The spirit urgently passes a hand across the spines, whispering each tome's title as she comes.
No, it isn't here. This is impossible. You, my brother, help me find it. There is little time. This is no time for pranks, my friend. The Doctor's arrogance may end us all. He has released a dark presence upon us. It must never sing the taming. The hymn, and yet, I see no sign one was ever here. You must help me look.
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes, like a pianist's upon the keys.
The key, of course. The melody that douses the guardian flames and reveals the vaults. I shudder to think what may happen should their captives be freed. I have presided over this archive for many years. The hymn, a malignant more rotten than any I've known, brother. It should have been confined to the vault. Now be silent. Your questions vex me, and I have no time for idle chatter.
She hushes you with an index finger.
turned on us or just lost its mind.
As if Rivalon doesn't have enough horrors as it is. Prepare yourself. Prepare. Black Ring. Was it the death fog that got them? Or something else?
death fog that got them was something else.
Looks unfinished. Was it never used?
I'm not picking that up. I could try moving it.
I've spotted something. happened to them?
What happened to them?
The spirit of a man in priestly robes drifts from corpse to corpse, head bowed. He murmurs blessings over each of them.
Merciful Seven, smile upon your fallen servants. Brother Ashwell, Brother Triskel, Sister Revria, usher them forth to the Hall of Echoes.
He notices your presence.
Sorcerer, this island is nothing but death. You should leave.
The spirit utters a sigh. Even after having parted from his body, he retains a heavy heart.
This one of our number, a doctor, brought an invalid before us. An elven maiden who had become infested with some presence. It was powerful. Too powerful. So we see, but the doctor who found her was determined to make a name for himself. He attempted a cleansing ritual, but he only served to strengthen the demon's grasp over the demon possessed him. Soon the whole island was overrun with monstrosities and bathed in blood. Our blood. It's a corrupt place now. I am well versed in such things. I, my brothers and sisters, studied the wondrous, the arcane, the malignant. Our world abounds with demons and dark forces. Those who prey on the weak. They are a curse. But we were a scourge.
He casts another rueful look over the mounds of dead.
No more.